Alrighty. Good morning, beautiful friends. How are you? So I'm so excited to welcome you here today. I know many of you are watching this on the replay, so a big hello wherever in the world you are tuning in from. And I'm super grateful for you beautiful ladies that we have here with us live. And the benefit for you is you get to ask your questions at the end and be coached live and really receive the answers that you desire. So first of all, we are going to start with some grounding practices to feel safe in our body, because when we jump onto Zoom, sometimes it can be quite overwhelming. So just let me know if you can see me and hear me okay. Am I on your big screen? Thanks, Michelle, you rock. Woohoo. Okay, so a really great practice to start with is called orienting. Orienting is a somatic experience activity which allows us to feel safe in our body in whatever environment we're in. And even in this online world, it's great to be able to orient ourselves with where we're at right now. So orienting could be looking at the screen, looking at all the other people tuning in, bringing awareness to your space. So orienting is connecting with our senses. Hello to all the other people joining, and we've got Bobby, so it's not addressed to women. There are men watching the replay and tuning in. So this makes me very, very happy. So we're starting with orienting, and how we do that is we look around our environment. We make sure there's no tigers or snakes under our desk or anything that can leave our body uneasy. So we can do this anywhere. And this is one of the number one things people start with creating safety in their body, is through connecting with our senses. So sight, looking everywhere. Yep, my door's locked, no one's gonna jump in. And then listening. What can you hear right now? Are you in a safe environment, or is there kids screaming in the background? Maybe you can close the door, turn your phone off, just so you're not distracted. So ears, hearing, touch, like, just familiarize with yourself with the desk. I like to, this can bring us into another activity. I like to put my hand on my heart. This brings our oxytocin up, which is our love hormone, allows us to feel safe and connected in our body. And I bring one hand onto my belly, which is our womb space of limitless creation. And even in men, this is also a limitless space as well. So touch, smell. So maybe you have essential oils around you. Maybe you have the smell of coffee. There's different smells that can help us feel safe and grounded. So this is a powerful way that you can ground yourself wherever you are. So now that we've connected with our senses and we see the pretty faces that are joining us, we know that there's no one not safe here, we can relax. So with your hands in these places, I'm going to invite you to take a deep breath in with me. And then we're going to pause and then release with a sigh. So we'll breathe in for 4 counts, hold for 5, and release for 7. And we'll do this 3 times. So big breath in. And we'll do this again. And again, breathing deep into your belly, into your pelvis. Pause and release. So just once more, breathing in. So I hope that you're feeling more grounded, more connected, more safe in your body. Alrighty. So again, welcome, welcome, welcome. And so we're going to dive in. So just so you get some clarity on how things are going to go today, I'm going to first give you some education, because awareness creates clarity and change. And it's really important for us to understand our nervous system, understanding what impacts us on a psychological level, a physiological level, and a biology level, to create that safety and connection in ourselves to be able to move from contraction to full expansion, which is where we receive from a space of ease, fun, and flow, from presence, from joy, from aliveness. And who wants more of that in their life? Woohoo! Loving the hand dance. Alrighty. So, and then we're going to go into our relationship with money. So first of all, we're going to lay the foundation on the nervous system, on attachment, why nervous system regulation is so important, and healing our own insecure attachments, which relate to our relationship with ourselves, our relationship with money, intimacy, leadership, business, etc. So everything is connected. So I've actually marketed this workshop to money because it's really needed right now. But just so you know, these skills are actually transferable. So as you improve one area of your life, you're directly improving all other areas of your life, which is super powerful. And then, yes, so education, relationship with our body and money, coming into a state of homeostasis and harmony, and then embodiment rituals. So you're going to actually leave with practices you can start to embody now on a daily basis to create that safety, connection, and expansion. And I'm actually not going to sell you anything on this call. At the end of the call, there'll be a live Q&A, and I'm going to give you a link to join a free expansion call, which is just a link in Calendly, where we can have a discussion about your unique nervous system and see where you're at, whether you're in go, go, go survival mode, or whether you're now in freeze mode where it's very hard to move forward, because we're going to get you into this parasympathetic nervous system state where we get to receive with joy, play, pleasure, and we're all different. So it's about you connecting with the sensations in your body. I actually can't do that for you. It's about us learning how to get out of our head and get out of creating from our head, because our thoughts keep us safe. We have protector parts in our head, in our ego, that are there to keep us safe. And to fully be in creative flow, we must connect with our heart and our womb space. And this is a space of limitlessness rather than contraction. And who's here for more expansion, receiving more money with ease and flow? Woohoo! I'm going to check out the rest of your faces. Thank you, thank you, thank you for joining. Gorgeous Tiffany, Tabitha, Susie, Suze, Nadia, Michelle, Linda, Bobby, Addie, a few other names. And yes, so first of all, who am I? For those of you that don't know me, we have like nearly 70 people signed up for this call, and some I actually don't know, but a lot are my friends that have been in my aura, my vortex for some time. So many of you will be familiar with my work. I help particularly ambitious women, really high achieving women, to expand their capacity to receive through healing their nervous system, through coming from self-trust and self-nourishment, trusting themselves, believing in themselves to bring their wildly abundant vision to life. Because we can't do that in a sustainable, holistic way unless we have a rock solid relationship with ourselves and a healthy relationship with money, because money is the energy that allows us to expand, allows us to receive externally our heart's desires. So my background is I'm a naturopath. Originally, over 20 years ago, I studied naturopathy, which is all about health, really up-leveling our energy, our digestion, our relationship with ourselves. And that is really, really important. But I knew there was missing links. So then it led me into the personal development world on getting clear on our values, our vision, our habits. And I studied coaching. And then after studying coaching for some time, again, I wanted to go deeper to the root cause, which for me, what I found was in healing our nervous system, being with the emotions in our body, building emotional resilience. And it's actually in healing the past traumas, which is energy in motion, emotion that is stuck energy in our body, because in the past we went through experiences that were too much, too fast, too soon. So what happened is we disconnected from feeling because it was so hard to actually experience these big emotions like shame, grief, anger, big things that might have happened to us in the past that really hurt us. So a coping mechanism was to disconnect and not feel and live in our head, because it's a protection strategy, a coping strategy that no longer is in alignment with your higher self and your higher vision and the income and the impact that you are here to receive in this lifetime. So I'm actually really passionate about breathwork as well. I've recently become a qualified trauma release breathwork facilitator. I've studied somatics and parts integration, and also studied the biology of trauma. So all I want you to know is my approach is a holistic approach, and it's also an inside out approach, because I look through lens of not just a coach in mindset and not just a coach from embodiment, which is bottom up rather than just mindset down. And this is so much more sustainable. Yeah, but I bring the health as well as the embodiment practices that go to the root cause. And that is why today is going to be super, super magic. I've also been in the entrepreneur world for over 7 years, and this is the magic. This is why I'm here to share. It's because I see so many amazing coaches sharing how rich they are, how they make their $1 million and how they make 100K months, which is super, super awesome. What I don't see a lot of is the transparency of the journey, owning the highs, the lows, and building that realness, that connection. So in my journey, back in 2016, I manifested a redundancy to leave my job and enter this entrepreneur world that I'd been doing on the side. Like I had my little side hustle. And that is what allowed me to step into this space. But I had low self-worth, so I didn't charge my worth. And I felt it hard to ask for big amounts of money, even though I'd invested and I'd earned it. This was where I had to start, was healing my self-worth. Then it was believing in myself, trusting in myself. And when we trust ourselves, we're able to take action and know that we can handle whatever comes our way. I can handle putting out an event knowing it's okay if no one shows up. I am proud of myself for showing up, calling in the bigger risk. To be able to hold space for more, we have to start somewhere. And this is what happens from being in the game and building that self-trust muscle daily. Like, you're building your self-trust muscle by being here today. By investing in yourself, you're going to learn practices that will literally transform your life to feel safe in your body to receive. So yes, over the time, I actually joined an incredible online business, which I've met many of you through in December 2017, January 2018. I was in debt. I was stressed. I was doing business on my own, and I knew there had to be another way. And I drew my line in the sand, and it was either join this incredible online business and give it my all, or go back and get a job, which as an entrepreneur, it's very hard to be told what to do and have your earnings and your freedom capped. So it wasn't in alignment with my soul. So I went all in this incredible community. I'm a part of the Freedom Era. And what it did was open me up to possibility. And that month I made my first $18,000. And while that's great, all it meant was like, I got this, like I can do it. So it built my self-trust to be able to show up more, serve more, and receive more and feel safe in my body to receive. And guess what? I hadn't mastered that part. So within 90 days, I packed up my bags, moved to Bali, Indonesia. The next 90 days, I actually received my first $50,000 month income in my bank account, May 2018. The next month, I received more. I traveled the world, did all these amazing things. What I want you to know, which many people don't share, is I was creating from a survival program, which meant that I didn't actually keep and hold the wealth I created. There's many layers to receiving. You can make a lot of money, but you cannot feel safe. So you sabotage it. So you overspend because you're coming from this unworthiness. So you're sabotaging and thinking that these external things are going to make you feel better. So many layers. So this is where my journey started. And then I got to learn healthy boundaries, filling my needs, speaking my truth, which allowed me to show up with certainty and own that the more you invest, the more you pay attention, right? So when you pay attention. So I realized that giving stuff away was not actually the greatest gift for the client to have that journey of their stepping into their higher self. So all these things led me to study what I have today. And there's been a lot of heartbreak in relationships and things like that. And how everything's happening for us is this led me to study and be on my own embodied experience to be able to share these insights, these truth bombs, these wisdom and embodied practices with you that have truly allowed me to love and accept myself, to see the gifts that I bring, and to see clients literally shift and receive next level income. People have started to receive $10,000 days where they were not so successful before. And people have been able to show up online and speak their truth because they feel safe to be seen and heard. They're not judging themselves. They've learnt to quieten their inner critic. They've learnt to trust themselves. They've learnt that it's safe to call in big amounts of money. It's safe to own their big vision and share it with the world because it feels safe in their body. So that comes from having a healthy attachment with ourselves, healthy nervous system regulation with ourselves, and a healthy relationship with money. So this is what we're going to do today. So first of all, we must start with a little bit of what is the nervous system? How is our body creating this, and why does it do this? So I'm going to show you a picture of a slide. Thanks for the love. And also, guys, you know, bring your love in the comments. Like, I thrive off your energy. Thank you for the love heart, Bobby and Linda. You're a gem. So when we understand our nervous system, we understand why things happen, and we go, I get it. And when we know why, we shift our patterns and we show up differently because we know our desired outcome. So for example, if I told you to do this somatic breathing embodiment exercise that I'm going to share with you later, you're probably like, oh, I can't be bothered. But if I told you why you're doing that and what it's doing in your body to create containment and titration in your body to be able to expand and receive next level joy, abundance, pleasure, you'd probably do it, right? Because you've realized the connection of, oh, why this is so powerful. Who gets that? When you know why, you actually do it. Yes. So with our nervous system, I will share my screen just briefly to show you a couple of slides so you get a picture of how it works. So just here is, yes, this is expansion. And how, oh, there we go. This is what I want to show you. Can you all see this slide and see all of it, or is the videos covering it? Yeah, cool. So I just want to show you what happens in our body. So obviously we know our body, we have our brain, we have our spine, and we have a nervous system that goes from our brain connecting all the way down to our feet with nerves and neurons that allows all these involuntary actions to happen without our control. There's things, so our anatomy and physiology is really important to understand. And this gives us our power, but also this is our protection to allow our body to be in homeostasis. And what happens is our body creates this protective and adaptive patterns, coping mechanisms that no longer serve us after the trauma or experience has left our environment, our body. So we're here to understand this and then rewire our nervous system to respond in a different way with safety, security, and then expansion. So just here you'll see this top level is our sympathetic nervous system state. This is our do, go, 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 anxiety, perfection, hypervigilant. This is where we're in our masculine, go, go, go. I need to do more to be able to receive more, or, you know, I've got so much on, I can't handle it. And then this middle section is our parasympathetic nervous system, which is what controls our digestion, our sleep. This is allows us to feel present and calm and grounded. And this is the magic area of our body. What you're going to learn today is we're going to learn how to expand this area where we respond overreacting to whatever comes our way. We get triggered, we get into our scarcity, into our survival mode, but we breathe and we come back, and our body is able to not react and get into this, and then it's able to just be like, I got this, and come from a grounded response. So then down below is where we have this trauma response, which is the freeze state. This is where we have overwhelm, depression, exhaustion, tiredness, procrastination, and burnout. So many entrepreneurs have gone from oh my God, crushing goals, making their 50K months, making their 100K months, and then it's unsustainable and they crash and burn because their nervous system could not handle the energy and the capacity to hold the wealth or the energy to keep on doing. And this is why we look at things through the lens of trauma affecting our biology, our nervous system, and our attachments. So just a couple more slides before we go back to just, okay, so here is another little diagram. So this is called polyvagal theory. This is demonstrating what happens in our nervous system. Essentially, so here we are going, this is an example of what happens. So say you receive a bill and you're like, what? I just want you to notice, instead of overthinking, what happens in your body when you're like, fuck, you get a tax bill that's $10,000. Like, what happens in your body? Is it like, oh, cool, of course, I'm happy to pay my tax because I make, you know, triple that every month. So I'm grateful to give. Or do you go into like, oh, fuck, another bill? Or is it like anxiety in your body? And this is the gap where we get out of our head and we feel in our body and we bring our awareness to where in our body we're feeling that response. So, for example, I get some tightness in my solar plexus. Our solar plexus is like our belly, and that is our power area. That's where we do hold our emotions from the past and the memories. So this is what I want you to get today is we have had many past experiences that get us to where we are today. Until we feel and heal the past energy and emotions that are stored in our body, until we release that through movement, breath, touch, sound, all these gorgeous practices I'm going to share with you, we're never going to go from here to flying and receiving with ease these big amounts. We have to acknowledge the shadow and the contraction to then be able to expand. So this is just an example of what can happen. So we get into flight mode, which is anxiety, worry, fear. Remember, with every moment, we get to choose love or fear. And we get to acknowledge, not avoid and pretend, oh, no, we got this. But really, unconsciously, our body is like, oh. So you are all different because of your past experience of your parents, your childhood, your heritage, your lineage, your environment, your relationships. We're all going to have a different response. And so it's important for you to tune in with your body and where you're at and understand what actually happens when this is created within your body. So say we go into, oh my God, then we can go into, oh, I can't do this. I just don't have the energy. I just can't handle taking on more clients. I can't handle the response of what if people reject me if I double my prices? You know, what if I do a Facebook Live and people think I'm a weirdo? Celebrating Miss Linda that's on this call that did her first Facebook Live yesterday, because I said, like, that's an epic stretch, and she did it and she feels amazing. And what happens is you go into this fight or flight, but then do you come back to this social engagement? So we can have a challenge and we can go into like, as long as we come back to that area of expansion, area of presence, because that's where all the good, juicy stuff happens. So what happens is some people can stay stuck in fight or flight, or stuck in freeze mode. And I just want to highlight what's happening on a cellular level. So that's why we can't just do our emotions and be like, oh, I'm moving out of anxiety and now I'm in calm presence. That's great. But what's happened when you're stuck in this go, 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 and you're not having enough rest when it's not sustainable? So your blood pressure increases, your heart rate, your breathing goes more shallow, your pupil size, all these things, your digestion decreases. Did you know if you are a mum on the go, never stopping, and you don't, and you just chuck some food in on the go, your body has decided that you're in fight or flight mode, which is like in nature, like an animal like runs after its prey and it's in this mode. And what happens is the digestive system shuts down because the energy is needed in our limbs to run. So it doesn't matter about your digestion. And this impacts all other areas, like your digestion can lead to IBS and irritable bowel syndrome, where you're not absorbing the nutrients, which then impacts your receiving as well, like your overall health. And just quickly, when we're in freeze mode, our heart rate goes down. It impacts our immune system. All the autoimmune diseases and all that is from people in freeze mode. So we have to help them get out of freeze mode and reactivate the fight or flight mode. And we do this through some supplements that help bring energy into our cells to allow us to move, to get out of procrastination. And just quickly before I turn the slides off, the ventral vagal is where we have great digestion, great rest. It's our rest and digest state. It's also where we have our healthy relationships, healthy sex drive, intimacy, libido, all the rest of it. So as you can see, our nervous system impacts everything. So we have our nervous system that is somatic, which is why we're going to do somatic practices today to create change. So for example, our brain has the neural pathway from our brain to our body. There's one, the vagus nerve, and then we have 10 afferent pathways going from our body to our brain. So guess which has more impact on change? It's not just think positive, I am money and money loves me. That actually is not going to have a lasting effect if, first of all, we haven't created this safety and connection in our body. Guys, this is the fucking magic of manifestation, is acknowledging the trauma responses in your body that your body remembers. Your body keeps the score. If you have ever experienced pain with money in the past, if you've experienced debt, if you've experienced like a big investment in a coach and you haven't quite had your needs met, and it's like, you have a past memory associated with it. If you made a huge 50K month, but you had all these clients and you had no life and you're just stressed, your body doesn't think it's safe to receive big money, even though that is your goal. This is why we got to look at the unconscious blocks and release that stored energy in motion in our body to feel safe, to create that somatic experience of safety, to be able to move forward in a sustainable way. So enough about the anatomy of the nervous system. I can talk about it all day. What is important for you is just to have this basic awareness of, how can I get in this area of rest and digest, healthy parasympathetic mode, which is where we have presence, aliveness, joy, and that's how what we the aim is to get out of being heavily in sympathetic dominant, go, 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 masculine energy. I've got to do more, thinking that's going to lead to your receiving, and to get out of that freeze mode where you're just overwhelmed and tired and everything's too hard. So what we're doing today is we're building that middle zone, which is our window of tolerance. It's building our capacity to respond to whatever comes our way, to be able to build that emotional resilience and have the energy to sustain receiving big money, to be able to sustain receiving your wildly abundant vision, and connecting in our body of what that feels like. Instead of just up here, it's like grounded in your sacral, in your womb space. It's like, fuck yes, that feels good. I can tune in with those sensations, and you understand this is what we're going to do at the end. We're going to feel the feelings, the sensation of contraction, and then we're going to titrate and focus on the feelings of expansion, the tingling, the joy, and like be like, how does that feel to receive your desired outcome, which might be $10,000, or it might be $50,000 as your new normal. And as your nervous system calibrates to that and integrates that, then you're able to expand into the 80, 100K months, etc. But if we don't work from what feels safe and good in your body first, we're going to sabotage it. Even if you make the money, you're just going to spend it, or you're going to get bills. So this is why we come to regulating our nervous system. Number one, creating a healthy, secure attachment in ourselves. And why it's important to talk about attachment when we're talking about money is attachment is basically our nervous system state, and whether it is secure or insecure. And having the holistic understanding, we then understand our relationship with money. So it's not just about being avoidant, and it's not just about being anxiously attached to money. Like, do you not have friends that have more money saved in the bank than me, but they're fucking stingy and they never spend any money? And who wants to be around that energy? Guess what? It creates a cesspool if you are just holding on to money and you're not letting it flow, trusting in giving and receiving. That is a healthy relationship, right? That is a sustainable relationship, this flow. So I would love to know, are you open to receiving? Are you opening to this flow of giving and receiving, and not from a place of your body having to do more to receive? Like, imagine if we could create a new way of being where we get to be in this healthy feminine flow, the feminine energy in our body, which is being in that parasympathetic nervous system, to be able to receive with joy. Remember, there's a few layers to receiving. There's the amount that feels safe in your body, and then how we get to receive it. Because many of us are stuck in hustle, work hard, exhaustion, unsustainable, and it's a nervous system pattern and habit. So we're going to learn micro aligned actions of these somatic embodiment tools, which over time will create this new flexibility in your nervous system to be able to be in nourishment and receiving and ease and joy, which is epic. Thank you for the love in the comments. So grateful for you. And just quickly, so what's happening is our nervous system is looking for cues of safety or danger in every moment. So when you jumped on this call, we did orienting and some breathing to help your body tell your brain that you are safe. And you can't think your way into safety. because it's not felt. Remember, we've got 10 neuro pathways from our body to our brain. It's quicker and more sustainable to do the bottom up approach, the inside out approach. And so what this is called is neuroception. Your nervous system is telling your brain, your amygdala, your emotional center, that you're safe every moment. It's looking for cues of danger or safety. So if we hear our baby cry in the other room, we're like, oh, should I go get that? Because that's really important. So everything is a safety mechanism. Our body is in a survival mode constantly, looking for these areas of danger or safety. And then sometimes it creates coping strategies which are no longer helpful to our body. In our brain is what happened is a past experience in a relationship, for example, a relationship with money. In today's call, we'll talk about of where it wasn't safe to receive that because we weren't treated well in a relationship with a client. Or, you know, did you know that everything's happening in duality? So when you receive more money, there's equal support and challenge. So there are people that are going to judge you and project their insecurities on you and be like, you know, she's a bitch. She doesn't even know what she's on about. You know, she just got lucky. You know, it's not even her. You know, whatever the story is that they might project on you. And if you're not grounded and centered in your body and have your self-worth and your self-trust, you might let these things affect you. But because you're anchored in your body and you know to trust yourself and that you can handle whatever comes your way, you're like, water off a duck's back. It's all good. And this is allowing us to be in homeostasis. So move from survival to thriving. And even if our brain says logically, I'm ready for 50K months, it's going to allow me to receive epic abundance, which is going to pay for my holiday, going to pay for me to give back and support my mum, going to pay for me to buy even more plants, you know, all these things. Our nervous system doesn't listen to the logic. It listens to the felt sense in your body. So the vagus nerve has a break where it could be like, oh my God, I've got a bill. I don't know what to do. You're in survival mode, go, go, go. And then it's too much to feel that stress. It's just too much. Your body cannot cope with that anymore. One, because when we're in this sympathetic state, it needs a lot of energy to be in this hyper arousal. You know, we got to run away from the tiger or else we're going to die. That's the message from every stimulant, right? So we have these survival mechanisms where our body cuts off feeling. Do you know how many people in the world are walking around with their body disconnected from their head to their body? They can't feel the sensations in their legs. It's not safe because they haven't come back to healthy regulation. So, how we do this is through co-regulation. Co-regulation is through like hugs. So a trauma response is to isolate because it's not safe to be around others, right? But a healthy nervous system, how we create this is through co-regulation with like a coach. Like you get to co-regulate to my calm nervous system. It's not so calm right now, but like later when I do these activities, you'll be able to feel it, right? So that's why community and connection is number one. That's why with this silly pandemic / awakening, number one thing they did is put you in fear and isolation because that's going to make every situation worse. To thrive, we need connection. Number one, to allow us to get out of this survival mode. To allow us to thrive, we need to feel safe in our body. And the quickest way to self-regulation is through co-regulation, which is why Mr. Bobby knows about holding your baby. You are helping your child create a healthy attachment through your nervous system. Then you're giving them containment. Containment is where you say to yourself, I got this. You got this. I'm not leaving you. You've got this. This is healing our inner child. So co-regulation, containment, and titration. These are words that are used in trauma, breathwork, nervous system healing. Basically, containment is safety, and titration is moving from contraction to expansion. And the pendulation is how we're creating this felt sense of safety. So I will answer all the questions at the end, and you asking these questions is going to make it an even more valuable workshop for everybody, because I'm not going to telepathically guess what you want to know, and that can lead to epic value. So thanks for sharing. So essentially, what I'm going to teach you is to create this containment, this titration, this regulation, and that is going to allow you to feel safe and connect with the sensations in your body. And we're going to do that through getting clear on the money we desire, the vision we desire, and feeling it in our body, feeling it and being like, oh my fucking God, I'm nervous, I'm excited, but I fucking got this. That edge of expansion, but from a connected space, not a up there. Yes, this is how we create quantum leaps, which are totally already done in our reality, but it's different. We're allowing the quantum leap that's sustainable because we're connected and grounded in our body. So I want you to know that stress is normal, and in every area of our life, we're going to have stress. But stress is needed for growth, for expansion. However, it's a toxic, chronic stress. If you are always living week to week and just exhausted and sick of not having enough money to fucking relax and buy the healthy food and invest in support you need, you know, your body is in chronic state of stress, which impacts your internal biology. Your organs are in survival mode, which means your neurotransmitters, your nutrients are depleted. So it's going to take ages to get out of that freeze mode and back into healthy parasympathetic nervous system state, which is why, you know, the uniqueness of me looking at the lens of your biology of trauma and of your health and energy and how that impacts you to stay in this area. Almost finished with the education. Then we jump into the embodiment. Thank you, gorgeous Michelle. So I want us to be able to have holistic success and receive our desires, but have them be sustainable because it feels safe in our body. And we move from fear to love, and we know how to get out of this overwhelmed state. And when we are in overwhelm, like many of you mums, many of you entrepreneurs, I have a to-do list that is so big. So my greatest growth has been from switching from the doing, the high achieving, to a state of pleasure and peace and ease and receiving from that space. That has been my hugest jump. And a new mantra has been, the more I rest, the more I receive. So I'm shifting from that nervous system state of I'm going for 100K months, go, 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 to like, it's done. My needs are taken care of. I connect with my body as number one, but I take action from this aligned space and trust myself to show up and receive it, because I've created self-trust within to feel good about charging the prices that I charge and serving humanity in a way that allows me to receive and be supported abundantly. So when we have overwhelm and we're in too much and we're in anxiety, like for example, what happens in launching your business or going into a Facebook Live, what can happen is we disassociate and we disconnect. And this is where we're just living in our head and not in our body, because it's too hard to feel those big emotions. So ways we disconnect is through scrolling on the phone, all the time, like just that's how we numb out. We also numb out by overeating. When we overeat, it disconnects the sensations from our vagus nerve, from our belly, which has the most neural pathways, neurons, up to our brain. So eating, drinking, even sex can be an addiction to not feel, believe it or not. However, guess what? Orgasms and self-pleasure is a way to up-level our receiving. So we can talk about that a little bit later. So how we do this, how our body naturally does this, is through shallow breathing. And we're walking around like this because we're disconnecting the feeling response. That's why it's great to remember to connect with our body. And the somatic exercises I'm going to give you are short and powerful, and you can do this multiple times a day. I set my alarm multiple times a day to recreate this safety, support, connection, and expansion in my body, which I'm sorry, there's actually no magic pill. By being on this masterclass, you're going to get the awareness and the action to create change, but it's not going to be overnight. When we do breath work, yes, we shift the emotion and it's done, right? But to have sustainable success, we have to connect with our body, our breath, and these healthy embodiment tools daily to create the sustainable expansion of. It's a new normal to receive clients with ease and flow. It's a new normal to receive abundance daily, and your awareness shifts to all the ways you receive. So internal reality creates our external reality. Yes, we need a business that can allow us to receive on autopilot. If you do not have this kind of business, send me a message, talk to me in our expansion clarity call about this, and I will share with you ways you can have multiple income streams, which is from a space of spaciousness, which allows you to be in ease and flow, which your wealth is not determined on your time and energy being in that role. That's step one. So we must have these systems, and like one, we must have either a job to be able to receive in the money, or we can receive from many different ways. So there's no rules on that. But for me, because I have multiple income streams that I don't have to be present to receive, coaching isn't the only way I'm paid. So that means I'm able to have this big trust. I'm able to show up knowing that I can receive organically daily from multiple ways. So it allows me to be in this, oh yeah, I got this, like having that vision and that intention that I get to receive with ease, fun, and flow for me is easier to believe, because I have, one, created this experience of receiving. And so it builds your self-trust to be able to expand and take bigger risks and take on more responsibility, etc. However, a lot of business coaches focus incredibly on the strategy, on the content creation, on the consistently showing up, do. If you do, then you can receive. And that is necessary, but this much, in my experience, your internal world creates your external world. You want to have 100K month, or let's say you want to have a 10K month, if that's easier to fathom right now. Your internal alignment and embodiment and safety and presence to create from this space of ease and flow, which is sustainable, must happen first. because your unconscious mind is going to see where it's not safe to receive the big money. It's not safe to receive the clients. So you can have all the strategy you want. We've got a business model where the sales, the marketing, the education is done for you. But if you are not attuned in your body to feel safe to receive, to know that you're worthy of receiving, to trust yourself that you can handle talking to leads, you can handle showing up and being seen, you can handle receiving next level wealth in your body. If you don't create that safety first, you will sabotage, or you will not, you'll make money, but it'll go just as quickly. That's been my story. And that's why I've really dived deep into healing my receiving wound, healing my nervous system daily, creating a self-care, self-nourishment practice daily, and making me a priority. Guys, guess what? You are your success strategy. Clients are already in your vortex, ready to say yes to you. Your aura, your energy is the magnetic attraction. So when you fill your cup, you're in that parasympathetic state of presence, of joy, of calm aliveness. People want to be in your vortex. That's your magic. And when we're able to feel safe to also feel our shadow emotions, the shame, a lot of people feel shame and guilt around pleasure and receiving. If we don't address feeling these emotions with somatics, feeling and healing, with breath work, through these embodiment practices, you're never going to the depth that you experience pain is to the height that you experience joy, love, pleasure, isness, all the gorgeous things. So it's important to create that emotional resilience, which is through these practices of healing your nervous system to feel safe in your parasympathetic nervous system, where we're able to respond because our window of tolerance, we're in there, and we're not outside of our window of tolerance, which leads to the exhaustion and burnout and unsustainable. So who's loving this? Let me know. Fire, holy, love it, Bobby. Love it, Michelle. Love it, Linda. And then lots of people also have their pictures on. Lovey, lovey, lovey. Thank you for the emojis. So I just quickly want to highlight something called perfection and procrastination. So perfection, guys, do you know how many coaches just coach on mindset and just coach on shifting your beliefs? Did you know your nervous system creates your beliefs and your thoughts and your words and your actions? So this is how we get to the core, is creating safety in the body and healing our nervous system, which then we're out of the go, go, go survival mode, which is perfection of everything has to be right. I can't do a Facebook Live. I don't know what I'm going to say. So we're able to be with the uncertainty and step into the expansion because we've had the awareness of my nervous system's in a bit of survival mode. How can I do some practices that allows me to feel safe in my body? And then I'm going to create from that space. And then I'm going to show up from that space of service, which is a different energy where you're going to be attracting next level income, freedom. And money creates choice, freedom, energy, love, all these good things. We're able to invest in ourselves more because of this. So let's now bring our awareness to our relationship with money, because remember, this is about healing our nervous system, but then our relationship within is what creates our relationship without. So healing our attachment. I have an incredible lens on attachment from all the mentors that I have. Remember, I've done coaching where we learn about avoidant or dismissive relationships. I have a highly anxious attachment, which means I go for partners that are avoidant and give zero fucks more, you know, like, because they're more calm. So that's not a super healthy dance. But when I can create that safety and security within, I'm able to attract and hold an incredible relationship that is sustainable. So in attachment from the biology perspective, we look at insecure and secure. This is what impacts our money relationship. So how you do one thing is how you do everything. So your relationship with money is a nervous system pattern, which is also going to impact your relationship with your partner, with your children, with your business, with your leadership. Everything starts with you and everything starts within. From the biology perspective, I'm not going to go into this, but we go into this in my expansion program and working with me. Basically, you need to reduce your inflammation and you need to improve your energy. So ensuring that you have the nutrients to help your nervous system thrive and help your neurotransmitters to be able to be in this calm homeostasis, right? And our attachment was created in the womb and at birth. And so, for example, if people are adopted or they're not if their mum is in this survival mode in childhood, the baby is creating their nervous system through co-regulation. It can't regulate its nervous system yet. So that is going to pass on to the child. So guess what? Your past is not your fault. You know how your parents, they did their best, but it is your responsibility to heal, to feel, and reparent yourself, heal your inner child, your nervous system. We are all whole and complete right now, but when we nourish ourselves and build this awareness and practices, we can move from surviving to truly thriving, which is the key to having it all, having all we desire without sacrificing our health to gain wealth. So who here wants to quantum leap and shift from their current income level to doubling it and 10xing it? Yes, everybody's like, woo, love it. I'll leap. 10x, absolutely. And the thing is, we must feel safe with our current earnings. And then, so for example, say you want to manifest $10,000. How does it feel in your body to have that $10,000 now? For those watching that are on a much higher income bracket, you put your own numbers there. So for me, I'm calling in 100K a month. I've received 50K a month, 70K a month. I've never received 100K a month. That doesn't mean it's not possible. It's just that I've associated it with not comfortable to hold that space for that many clients and that much money. Remember, I create wealth from infinite ways, so I can receive that from bonuses from leading my team. So that's totally done. But why aren't I calibrated my nervous system to this income? We're going to look at those gaps. So our nervous system must be in resonance, meaning feeling safe and connected to receive our desired vision, our desired wealth, our desired money. Our nervous system must match this to create safety to receive it and to keep it and hold it, which is the next level. So, So remember, we shared that our nervous system has these habits, these patterns. We're going to be recreating them consistently to be able to hold and receive that level. So what holds us back? We'll start there. What holds us back is this past traumatic experiences, which is stuck energy in our body. And also we have protector parts in our body. These protector parts is parts of our ego that protects you and goes, oh, it's not safe to take on that relationship. Remember what happened last time? It's not safe to receive that $10,000 a month because people are going to judge you and people are going to want to take from you. Your mum's going to ask for more money because you're making more money. So your brain, your logic isn't how we create wealth, but we must take into account, remember, our nervous system creates safety and our past is there to protect us in survival mode. So I'm going to share with you what I share in my programs is how to listen and integrate these protective parts in our brain, our fragmented self that is there to keep us safe because of past traumatic experiences. We're going to learn how to feel safe and connected in our body to call in and receive this next level wealth. So we're going to integrate all parts of ourselves. We're going to integrate our nervous system, and over time, integrate next level income, feeling safe to anchor that into our body. So how do you want to feel? How do you want to receive wealth? How much money do you want to receive? I want you to think about, you can write in the comments if you like, but how much money do you want to receive and how do you want to receive it? Do you want to receive it with ease, fun, and flow, safety, joy, aliveness? Do you want to receive it with confidence? Do you want to receive it from that masculine go, 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 go survival mode? Or do you want to be more grounded in allowing the feminine masculine dance and allow to be in that receiving energy, knowing your needs are met, knowing you're enough? Oh, 50K with presence, joy, and ease. You know, I did this practice starting with 50K. 50K is my new normal because the 100K didn't feel safe initially. Of course, I have a postman delivery. Uno momento, let me get back. Thank you, you can just leave it on the bench there. Carolyn, thank you. Okay, so I want you to connect with Michelle. Does it feel safe in your body right now? Like sometimes we feel safe calling in 50K from this vision place and this up there in our head. But I want you to put a hand on your heart and a hand on your womb space and tell me how it feels in your body. What sensations do you feel? Contraction, tightness, coldness, or do you feel sensations of warmth, openness, tingling, expansion? Just tune into your body of what that 50K feels like. Sometimes we must come a bit down where our body actually feels like it can believe it. So maybe it's 50K, or maybe it's like 30K or 20K first for then you to recalibrate up to the 50K. So Bobby's calling in 100K because he's said it as it is done, because he's declared it, it is done. It's now just recalibrating as to the when, you know. So quantum leaping to that timeline. Yes, so I'm just going to check. This is a good question. Yes, so this is what happened for me too, Bobby. So I'm calling in the 100K, but what happened is I didn't really feel the expansive tingling down my legs. When we do a full session, we do like somatic meditation, breath work to really connect with our intention and feel it in our body. And then we do tapping and breathing to lock in that next level of joy and abundance from that spaciousness. So, yeah, love it, Linda. So you feel safer calling in the 10K. Yes, so good awareness. So sometimes you can feel the anxiety and the joy. So this is, do you see that you're starting to feel the sensations in your body? Guys, this is actually like really advanced stuff. Many people are fucking numb and can't feel anything in their body, and that's totally okay because that's been a coping mechanism. Because we've been through painful things that's too hard to feel. Yes, exactly. So from 30K, Bobby's starting to feel more flow, more warmth, more melting, more tingling sensation. So I want you to start to put your hands on your heart, one hand on your heart, one hand on that womb space below your belly. This is your limitless creation energy vortex, whether you're a man or woman. This is where infinite possibility occurs. This is where we birth our big vision. So I want you to practice a titration exercise with me, where you visualize first with your mind's eye your vision. In 90 days, you have received this income amount into your bank account. You are living your vision. I want you to connect with the five senses. How does it feel to actually receive your dream of having this $50,000 month, having this $50,000 in your bank account? Insert whatever amount it is for you. Insert the vision, connecting fully with the sensations of you celebrating, waking up in a beautiful Airbnb on the beach with your gorgeous partner or your child or on your own, however you're celebrating, feeling in your body now that feeling of receiving that money and that gorgeous vision, everything you've always wanted. I want you to now feel in your body the joy. What are the sensations? So now shift from that image in your head to the feeling and sensation in your body. Breathe it in and turn it up. The tingling, the warmth, the expansion of receiving your desired wealth in your body. And I want you to now put your hands onto your thighs, feeling the sensations of tingling going up and down your legs, that warmth moving from your heart and your belly to your legs. And I want you to hold that feeling of joy and wealth. And I want you to slowly tap your right hand, your left hand on this feeling of expansion and aliveness. This love, this joy, this expansion in your body, this tingling of goodness. You are living your ultimate vision. You are receiving the money you deserve. Now I want you to lock this in with a bit of pressure from your hands. And now it's safe for you to come back and orient with your surroundings, opening your eyes and just looking around the room, feeling the touch of your body. So reconnecting your senses, listening to the noises around you, taking a deep breath in with me. Sighing on the out breath to allow us to connect with our parasympathetic, rest and digest. And another deep breath in. So opening your eyes, because we don't want to spend too much time in that expansive place because it can overwhelm our nervous system. When somebody's not used to feeling joy and expansion, too much of anything, too much, too fast, too soon can create a trauma response where we disconnect and disassociate. So we're creating this embodied safety. We start with safety exercises, then support, and then expansion. So first of all, I just want you to write in the comments what came up for you, even those that don't have your camera on, even those watching at home on the replay, make notes and you can share that with me on your expansion call. So was it hard to feel or was it easy to connect with the sensation? And like, what felt good? Was it the $10,000 months that you called in? Did you feel warmth? Did you feel sensations? So when I first did this exercise, remember I was going for 100K months, but it felt more safe and tingly and expansive and warm when I was calling in 50K months as my new normal and having that sustainable. And I had sensations move through my body. So I've done a lot of breath work and stuff. I'm more able to connect with. So after breath work and stuff, your body is so connected and you feel tingling sensations, which is expansion. You're building that capacity in your nervous system to feel safe to receive. So I'll just share. Tiffany got nervous and had a hot flush. Love it, Tiffany. So maybe you can start with, for example, if you set your intention for 10K, you can then start, how does 7K feel or 5K feel and what feels good? And then you start with that and then you build on that over time. Michelle felt a sense of security and peace. Beautiful. That's what we want. Bobby got a download, visualized a VIP luxury event I'm hosting in a mansion Airbnb. LOL. Felt so good to see my dad on his birthday in July. Yes, he connected with his ultimate vision and how expansive he felt. And then I want you to tell me how it felt in your body. Did you feel tingling? Did you feel warmth? Did you experience openness? And this is the thing. Some people initially are like, fuck, this openness and this expansion, they don't even feel safe to feel that. So this is why we build our capacity and our titration of a containment of little bits of titration to feel this joy, feel this connection, feel this aliveness in our body. Linda felt warmth, but also nervous. Tabitha felt warmth, calm, glow in heart area. Nadia, I practiced visualization when I practiced Qigong. It felt wonderful. Love it. And it's important to move from the visualization, from the mind to the connection of the body sensations. Woke up to euphoria, not feeling well at the moment. So I'd like to do this again. Love it. You're going to receive the replay and we're going to do a couple more activities. Yes, Bobby, I had visualization of our land flourishing and sharing the space with others. Oh, we're saving for a deposit. Michelle, guess what? This is the power of having a clear vision. I'm actually one of my genius is helping women bring their vision to life in a short amount of time. I've been able to create next level visions and manifestations and wealth and incredible things. But so clarity creates change and allows us, through action, we create clarity. And that's why movement is really important. We don't just sit here and fold our hands and manifest and call in our manifestation. We must also take action from this aligned, calm, peaceful, present energy. Then, why I'm sharing this is you declared your vision. When you share with the world your vision and you're clear on it, other people are able to connect you with people to bring your vision to life with speed. So I'm also saving for a deposit for land down south to be able to run eco retreats. Like I'm creating an eco village with other powerful visionary entrepreneurs, which we share our gifts in collaboration instead of being a hero and owning everything and doing everything on our own. It's like, I can do breath work. Someone else can create a fireplace and gardens, and we all come together and share our gifts and create these incredible retreats and beautiful, expansive opportunities. But when we share it, that's how it manifests with ease. And people go, oh, I've got land. I'd love to have something like that on my land. Let's do it. So this is what's powerful, to bring a bit more of that mindset and manifestation into it. So there is a time and a place for our, definitely choosing empowering beliefs, choosing these powerful money manifestations, but it's first most important to feel safe and connected in your body to actually believe it, to actually feel it. Yes. So another embodiment tool I'm going to teach you that you can set your alarm afterwards and do this multiple times in the day, morning and evening, is I'm also going to wrap up really, really shortly and have Q&A, and we're done. I could talk all day on these topics. I'm just going to give you a couple more embodiment tools that can assist you to thrive for free moving forward. And if you choose, you're welcome to book a expansion call so we can go deeper onto how to serve you with your unique nervous system. So, hand on your belly, hand on your heart. This is how we connect with ourselves, giving ourselves that oxytocin, that love, that expansion, connection and safety and support. Making sure our back support, our feet are grounded on the earth. So taking a deep breath in, we're going to breathe in, and then on the out breath, we're going to say the words VOO, VOOOOO, VOO. So let's do this together. VOO. Now just connect and feel the sensations in your body. That was a somatic experiencing exercise from Peter Levine, who is #1 expert in the world for healing trauma. And what that was a practice of this interoception, this neuroception, where your body internally, it's called interoception. So internally, your vagus nerve from your belly up your spine, up your nervous system, told your brain that you're safe internally because of that humming noise on your vocal cords. So that is an activity where we've just learned. That's why the education of the nervous system helps us understand why we do things and how it's working, to be able to commit to doing these practices, because we're like, this is the magic. I'm telling my body through these embodiment tools, these somatic practices, this breath work, that I'm safe. I got this. So when you can't sleep at night, when you're stressed, Bobby, when you're holding your baby, you can do this simple practice of VOO, and it creates that safety. And what happens is you can have a yawn after, or a deep breath. And what that shift is energetically is moving to the parasympathetic nervous system state. That's a bottom-up approach where you didn't have to think anything, but your body created this sense of safety. So this is what a tool I use all the time to shift from any feelings of anxiety. Another way is creating containment like this, putting your arms around yourself or your hand on your heart. And then we're going to do the VOO again, but this is containment. So this is building that titration through a contained, safe space. So breathing deep into your pelvis, down all the way from your vagus nerve. Give yourself some tight squeezes, some love. And again, just connecting with how that feels in your body. Notice the little sensations. Yes, this is the basic activities you do with your kids. There's so many more practices I can share with you. However, I've actually given you too much information today. It's better to keep it simple and having these short practices that you can connect with daily. So see how it's not overwhelming to your nervous system. It's just simple calming practices. I do want to quickly share on our expansion call, we'll go into how it feels in your nervous system, whether you feel that you're in this go, go, go survival mode and how to get out of that, or the best way for you, or if you're in this freeze mode. But before we go, I just want to share, if you are in this survival mode, what you can do to get out of it is like to prevent the sabotage patterns of scrolling, overeating, all these ways we disconnect from feeling. How we can do this is we shake our body. So we shake, we dance, we move the energy in our body. And what that does is our body tells our brain we're safe because the attack is done. In an animal in survival mode, they'll run, and then when they're finished, they'll shake all the extra energy out because this is telling them they're good, they're safe. If you don't shake the energy out, remember, trapped energy in motion, emotion is stored in our body, and that's how we become rigid, and our posture isn't like so loving, and our energy patterns aren't so magnetic. So shaking your body can help you get out of the survival mode. And also, if you are in this freeze mode, which is very, 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 very common, especially in adulthood, a lot of elderly people are in the freeze mode. A lot of mums, because they've pushed past go, 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 they've now these entrepreneurs, even millionaires, that look like they're living the dream. All these coaches saying they've got $1 million months, but their body is fucked. They're exhausted. They're tired. They don't want to keep taking on more clients. They don't want to keep doing this, but they just think there's no other way because they haven't created this safety in their body to be able to hold that capacity. So if you are in this state, this is when we must improve the energy in our cells at a cellular level. So just mindset, embodiment practices, they're good, but we must have the biology piece intact to move out of freeze mode, which is also cellular energy. So that's ATP in our mitochondria, in our cells, which energy in our cells, ways to get that is through coenzyme Q10. NAD is another thing, just cellular energy. So what helps these people as well is what they need to do is start moving their body. Not too much, too fast, too soon, because that's going to put you back in the trauma response of freeze. But slowly going for walks, slowly moving your body and taking action to get out of that state. So for me, some practices that I do daily is I go for an ocean swim. I live on the beach here in North Fremantle, and that, if you don't have that privilege of going to the beach or having an ice bath, you can have a cold shower. And what that does is it builds that flexibility and tone in your nervous system to bounce back and build that flexibility to respond. And then I have a sauna, which is my favorite thing in the whole world. My sauna is the best ever. And that heat, that sweating, what that's doing is allowing me to come back into my parasympathetic state. Had one this morning, and that's where I'm in creative flow, because I feel in my body, you know, I'm connected now and I know what works. So this hot cold is another way to create the expansion for receiving. Again, our morning routine, nourishing ourselves with self-care practices, however small, 5 minutes to 30 minutes, whatever you can take on that day, builds your self-trust muscle to then, which is transferable in leadership, business, relationships, which allows you to take greater risks, show up, live your vision, and call in more, because you've got in the habit of trusting yourself to keep your word, to live in integrity, to live in alignment. And yeah, so moving our body, looking after our health. I drink antioxidant rich Kangen water. It's one of my superpowers to be able to boost my energy. I've sold millions of these to be able to help my clients improve their health, as well as the embodiment breathing practices. I do trauma release breathwork, which is where we find safety, but then we breathe into the tension and involve touch, movement, and sound to help really clear and release any stuck energy in our chakras throughout our body. So that's why breath and movement is so powerful. So who got lots of value today? Let me know in the comments if you received one thing that you can action today. Huge awareness, huge shifts with our education, and our awareness increases, which means now we're empowered to make new choices and take new action, and start small. All these things are not big, they're just micro things that we can improve. So I am going to invite you to book a Calendly call with me. I will send out the replay if you're watching the replay, and I'll add a call here. The Calendly call is for an expansion call with me, because I don't want to sell you anything. This is for you to see what suits your nervous system and what is needed for you to quantum leap and call in your heart's desires. And the benefit of this is, one, it's free. It's 20 minutes of magic with me, because this is what lights my soul on fire. And I'm going to learn from you to help serve my audience better as well. And how we can call in money with ease and flow in abundance, and also clients, cash, relationships, intimacy, pleasure. This is all linked to healing our nervous system, feeling safe in our body to receive. So I am going to open up to Q&A. It's okay if you don't have lots of questions. If you have all your needs met and you know what to do, perfect. I will just get the link for the Calendly and put it in the comments, and I will answer your questions. But thank you so much for being here. Thank you for your presence. As you know, I'm lit up by these things. I absolutely love health, wealth, leadership. You know, when we receive, we're able to impact and give back more, because this is the thing, this divine dance of giving and receiving. Like today, and bye, gorgeous. A thing that helps is us being in gratitude and receiving and acknowledging every evening where we received. So today I got up, I had my sauna, I prepared some notes, and then I went to my favorite cafe across the road, and I ordered some eggs on toast and a chai latte. And what happened is they came over to me sitting on the grass. I was grounding, doing this somatic meditation to call in and visualize all the souls that I will touch through this call. You know, nearly 70 people signed up to watch the replay, and the impact of that magic, I get to feel that in my body. And I received a coffee, a chai with an I love you and a love heart, and they walked it up to me and put all this greens and veggies with the eggs on toast for me, and they said have a beautiful day. And I came back here and I actually got a couple of, like, I got wet eyes from gratitude of me doing my heart's mission by serving. You know, we get to call in our heart's desires, and it's us that holds us back of our level of worthiness and deserving from our past experiences and from not feeling safe in our body to receive. And there's so many layers that people aren't sharing. They're just sharing, yeah, get clear of your vision and do a money dance and you'll make millions. And what I've seen is that's not actually the case. We must feel safe in our body to receive and call in those desires and rebuild the connection to be safe, to be present, to feel safe, to feel those sensations of expansion and lock in and anchor in new patterns in our nervous system to receive. This is the key that will freaking transform your life. And I know it. And it's actually regulating your nervous system and creating that safe and secure attachment is actually like the new buzzwords in the personal growth community. Like, so many people are talking about this, but I feel I have like a really deep awareness from my personal experience, understanding trauma, studying trauma, somatics, breathwork, and the health and biology aspect, as well as the mindset relationship aspect. So this is what I call holistic success, living from the inside out first, and then also looking at the action and strategy and being responsible for how we're showing up to call in our desires. Are we being a magnetic match? You want 10K months or 100K months to be your new normal, but how are you actually showing up? Are you giving value? Are you serving your community? Are you living at your ultimate potential, owning your message, owning your worth, being your fully expressed self, being magnetic and in pleasure, where people are like, yeah, I want what she's got? You know, that's how we also attract this. So we must have the safety and the feeling safe and connected to our body to receive, but we must also take the aligned action, visualize our desired outcome, but not from here, and from feeling it daily and doing these embodiment exercises. Being in a container of powerful women and men to allow us to up level. This is the power of being in expansion program and these things, because together we get to co-regulate and calibrate to this expansion and this wealth. So yes, love you so, so much. I'm just going to look at the questions. Come at me with any health, wealth questions. And yes, thank you, thank you, thank you. Lots of thank you. Loved it. I would like to book a session with you. Oops, got to get that Calendly link, don't I? Uno momento. Remembering you can create that feeling in your body at any time. Here is the link. If a time for your expansion call to really connect with your body, your nervous system, and see where your nervous system is at, and see what gaps you have, what patterns you have holding you back, and what is the best way for you to move forward into this expansion, into this receiving abundance with ease, fun, and flow, to see what offers resonate for your body and your income level and your receiving level. That's why the benefit is to book a call, and we go deep on you, and it's free, and you get to take away actions. And if you choose it is the right feeling for your body, then you can see the next steps. So book a call there. If there's no availability in your time zone, then you can message me and we'll make a time. Please connect with me on Instagram, Carolyn Zanetti. I'm on all the socials, but send me a message of what you love today. Share a story, tag, whatever feels in alignment for you. That would be amazing. Michelle, you can come off mute and you can share your question. I just unmuted you, but
something that's been going on for me since pre my last child. She's 6 now, and every day we have traumatic experiences because she doesn't know how to regulate her emotions, and she goes from 0 to 50,000 in a second and screams, and it's really intense, and I go into a real space. So I'm going to start activating the shake more now. But I've been really conscious of when I was pregnant, I had a lot of really stressful shit going on. And then her birth was induced, and it's just been this compounding thing. And the poor little soul is, you know, just struggling, and I feel yes, I'm going to go and find some other professional help for her, because I can't cope when I go into meltdown, like it's this real intense. But I've learned some tools today even to really help with that. So
I've got some things to help you. So
I
thank
bet
you
you
for
do.
asking. So actually, if you knew how much study I've done, you would die. So I actually have a mentor that is a functional medicine doctor that I've learned biology of trauma, somatics, parts work, a lot of different things. And then another mentor, I've done the breath work, and obviously my health and coaching practices all coming together. So this is what, no one teaches this stuff. This is the thing. So what's happened with her is it is from the attachment, from the womb, from childhood, and her calibrating to your nervous system. Number one, you get to have compassion for yourself. You did the best you can. It's fine. She's alive. There's
Yes.
kids that are worse off.
I'm not going to tell you about my mum.
Yeah. So guess what? This is how we take our power back, is you're here. You're learning how to create change. And guess where it starts? This is how our attachment started. And I'm grateful this question is here. It's also, we go back to tummy time, spending time on our tummy, even as adults, recreating that secure attachment within, then crawling, then walking, then singing, dancing, laughing. So I can share with you some practices for your child to recreate. So the tummy time is reconnecting your brain to your body. This is what we do for pons level, midbrain, areas of our brain. So again, this is a level not many people look at, and it's all about shifting from insecure attachment to secure attachment, which shows up in your relationship with yourself, your relationship with others, your relationship with money, your relationship with leadership and business. So this is the key core things that you must have to be able to fly to the highest level. You can receive epic things, but it's how you receive them over time. So yes, do the shaking, and then the VU of feeling calm in your body, and that'll do for now.
Yes, it's a great start.
Yeah, you're amazing.
Thank you, babe.
Being here. Anybody else have any questions? Anyone wants some help to manifest millions? Speak now or forever hold your peace. Thank you for the love. See you on your expansion call. Woo-hoo. Nadia, do you have a question? Linda? Nat, you're good? Tiffany? Nadia, ask. Anything is welcome. Remember, this is a safe space. Oh, I'll ask you to unmute. Sorry.
Thank you. I was trying to unmute. It was wonderful. Great talk. Yes, I would love to. So in Qigong, we do visualization. And I did visualize this year a trip that we've done with my kids, even though I had no money, and I just needed it for myself, for health. And I could feel my feet on the grass of where we were going, a place where we returned, and it did happen. So I practiced the same for my business. I'm a health coach. And yes, I know I have a few things that I could feel, things that are holding me, and I'm working on that, but I could feel them. There's definitely something that is holding me from completely letting go, completely.
Absolutely. And you're not alone. We all, even the rich millionaires and all these people, we all have work to do in healing and regulating our nervous system, creating that secure attachment, and creating a healthy, intimate, joyful, luxurious relationship with money. Like this is the thing, is we can be calm in life, but we're not at receiving the income and the impact and the joy that we desire. So it's important for us to be held in a container where, you know, you work with a mentor to show you how to imprint a new memory in your nervous system, a new pattern for receiving money, and then healing the shit that's holding us back with the somatics, the breathwork, the incredible experiences that we have available to us to shift from survival into thriving, and whatever that may be. So yeah, we get to believe we're worthy of receiving this next level income, and then investing in ourselves to feel safe, supported, and expansive through our regular somatic activities, embodiment practices, and, you know, having that cheerleader in your corner, reminding you got this for every step of the journey, stretching you and going, oh, is 10K your vision? Or like, can we do more? But we start small and then we create even more as we go. And
thank you.
Qigong is a really powerful practice for you to do daily, because it shifts our energy, our flow, our chi to like unlock the blocks. However, it's important, why we do some of the somatic practices is bringing the safety felt in our body. So remember, for our manifesting, we are connecting, feeling grounded. So I have somatic, I've got all these recordings in my programs of somatic activities to help you create safety, and then grounded presence, support for your whole back, body, every area of your body to feel supported, and then the exercises to pendulate, to move towards joy and expansion and sustainable wealth. So that's the magic, and that's what we get to go through on our call. So I'm excited to connect with you all. Any other questions? Thank you, Nadia. So thank you so much for being present. Linda, do you want to say anything? No, of course not. Well, you did a live yesterday. You're an expert now. Alrighty, I will wrap that up for now. Thank you a million for your presence. I will be emailing the replay. Feel free and feel free to book that expansion call so we can go deep and really see what's holding you back from creating that next level safety and expanding your capacity to hold and receive next level money to live your bold vision now. Big, big love. Have a beautiful day.